Today, I'm gonna be showing you 3 classic cocktail recipes that we're gonna batch out and have them put in your freezer so that they're ripping cold and ready for your next house party. So grab your measuring cup and your batch bottle and let's get started. That was fucking sick. That's worth it. So our first cocktail that we're gonna be focusing on is gonna be the Perfect Martini. This is the traditional martini, but the vermouth base is actually gonna be split between blanc vermouth and dry vermouth. We're gonna be using this 750 milliliter batch bottle that is actually approximately 25 ounces, which is what our recipe is gonna be based off of. We're gonna start by adding 14 ounces of Rieger's Midwestern dry gin. Or if you prefer vodka, you can use Rieger's premium wheat vodka. Next, we're gonna add 3.5 ounces of dry vermouth. For this batch, we're gonna be using Dolan Dry. We're gonna follow that up with 3.5 ounces of Lestau's Blanco vermouth. Next, we're gonna add some of the best, most delicious, perfectly crystal clear Kansas City tap water. Finally, we're gonna top that all off with 1 teaspoon of Rieger's orange bitters. Once you've combined all the ingredients, throw a cork in the bottle, toss in your freezer, and at least 6 to 12 hours later, you're gonna have an entire batch bottle of freezer martini. Up next, we're gonna be making our old fashioned. Now, this is a traditional old fashioned where we're utilizing bourbon as our base with just sugar and bitters on top of it. So to start, we're gonna be using 19 ounces of Rieger's Bottled in Bond bourbon. After that, we're gonna follow it up with 2.5 ounces of a rich Demerara syrup. You can use really any sweetener you want, but the emphasis is on rich. This is 2 parts sugar to 1 part water. After that, we've got our bitters. That's gonna be split between half a teaspoon of Rieger's orange bitters and half a teaspoon of Angostura aromatic bitters. Next, we're gonna add 3.5 ounces of tap water. This cocktail specifically, because of the sugar base, you might want to mix this in some sort of Tupperware container or something before you pour it into your batch bottle so you can get that sugar to really incorporate with the rest of the cocktail. But once you've got it all incorporated in your batch bottle, go ahead and throw a cork on it. Let's toss it in the freezer. And then again, you've got another batch bottle of ripping cold old fashions ready to serve at any moment. Last but not least, we're gonna be making the classic Rye Manhattan. So starting out, we're gonna be using 14 ounces of Rieger's Bottled in Bond rye whiskey. We're gonna follow that up with our vermouth base, and with this one, we're gonna throw a little twist on it. We're gonna add a little bit of Grand Marnier. So we're gonna be using 5 1/4 ounces of sweet vermouth. Next, we're gonna add 4 ounces of tap water. And then we're gonna add 1 3/4 ounces of Grand Marnier Cordon Rouge. Finally, we're gonna top it off with 1 teaspoon of Angostura aromatic bitters. And once you've got it all batched out, throw a cork in it, toss it in the freezer, and enjoy. Thanks for hanging out today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you again soon. Cheers.